Waterloo rose is a rose bred by Louis Lenz from Belgium, and it was bred in 1989. It is highly down to zone 6B, and my experience growing this rose is it wants to get quite tall, 150 to 200 centimeters at least, and also nearly that wide. So we're talking about a very, very large bush here. What really lets Waterloo down for me is the tendency it has to flop over. Even though this one is staked with a very, very solid heavy metal pole, it still finds room for flopping about. And another thing that really lets Waterloo down is it tends to bloom in two flushes where it gets absolutely covered, but then you are staring at green leaf for most of the year. So it is not as pretty as many of the other musk roses in my opinion, because a lot of musk roses are covered in blooms for much longer than Waterloo roses. It does have a very pleasant 6 out of 10 honey fragrance, very sweet fragrance to it, as you'll find in a lot of musk roses. It is bred from a mixture of the seagull rose and the multiflora nana rose. And I think especially the multiflora influence is why it wants to get so tall and flop about a lot. I really like the white flowers on this one. They look quite pretty when they're in full bloom. But really, the practicality of using this rose is what makes it suffer. The tendency to flop about, the tendency to bloom two large flushes, the size of it is a giant monster, to be honest. And yeah, even though I like the look of it, this one is leaving the garden. It is simply not that practical to use, even though it is very healthy. But yeah, not practical to use. That about sums this up.